Hello, everyone. What's going on? We got a game review today. I wanted to share this one because this is a very sharp game that I played. I ended up winning this game, which is really cool. Just checking to see if everything's good. Okay, we're good. All right. So in this game, this is very interesting. I have someone who played my own opening against me, which is something that never happens. People usually don't play this opening. So it was a Scandinavian, and which is very interesting is that I don't do well against the Scandinavian, even though I'm a Scandinavian player. But it wasn't just that, it was a modern variation, which is super rare. People do not play this, I'm telling you. So I just know that the best response is just to take in the center, queen takes, and now I just play normal. There's nothing crazy. I'm just like, you know what? I know how sharp this opening is against me, and I know that it's gonna cause a lot of problems. So I'm not gonna try anything crazy. I'm just gonna push my pawn to the center. I'm gonna push d4. Okay, my opponent plays f5. I play c4. They go back to d8. I play d3 to trade the bishops off. This is a mistake. Should have pushed. I feel like this was a good move. Um, I just feel like the bishop is a liability. I figured just trading off would have helped me out, but it doesn't equalize. It actually makes my chances worse. So I was doing better here. I was at 1.6. So it's something I didn't mention either. This double pawn at the center when you push c4. This is a weapon against a Scandinavian. So if you get Scandinavian, you do this. You push the queen out and you can go back. So the queen should not have went there. If the queen, let's say the queen went here, I think maybe okay. Yeah, block with the bishop. That's what Stockfish says. All right, let's go back to where we were. Okay, we're trading off pieces. Trade, 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 trade. Ooh, what happened? I skipped ahead accidentally. Now we're just trading. He gives me check with the queen. I have no choice to trade. My king's in the center. I'm exposed. So I say, okay, you're gonna expose me. I'm gonna expose you because this king has nowhere to go. So you can't castle. I can't castle. Now we're really gonna fight. Okay, that's a weird move. Stockfish wanted me to play e5. I'm never playing that. I don't care what. That's just I'm not playing it. Who looks at e5 and says, "Oh, it's just a strange move, especially on my level. Not good. I'm not gonna play that. All right, whatever. I'm just trying to play normal. Okay, so let's observe the position. In the center, we have two pawns. Both these pawns are isolated. My idea at the time, I remember, is that I got to attack this pawn. This is apparently a blunder. Why I don't know, but my opponent also blundered too. It's making me laugh. So, I played very well here. I scored a 90% in this game. So I honestly don't give a shit. I played well. I'll take it. My idea was get rid of this pawn, which I want to. So like, okay, I'm gonna just defend this pawn here. So now it's not isolated. My opponent just brain dead pushes. So Stockfish wants me to get to e7 here. Wants me to put my rook on the back rank. That is a good idea. I normally would do that, but I figured it would just be better to trade off the rooks and go down just a complete king endgame, king and pawn endgame, and you'll see what happens. This is a blunder. That actually gives my opponent quite an advantage. He attacks, which is not accurate, and then I just say, okay, well, you gave me that pawn for free. Now it's time for the king and pawn endgame. So now here's the meat potatoes of this. All right, we're dead even. We're 0-0. Okay. So in endgames, you have to get king opposition. You have to oppose the king. If you get so when you have opposition, you see this little space between your king. You have to control the front of the king. So imagine every square around your king is like a gigantic shield. It's like a force field, and whatever's in your force field, nothing can enter. And if you control that opposition for the enemy king, they can't get in. So this is what I did. I got opposition on the king. He tries to check me out of the way. I go this way. But he's not getting through. I'm not letting him through. We're dead even at this point. So this is me. I'm getting opposition. There's no other better move here than to get opposition. You want to control the king's move. Wherever your king is, the other king is not getting in. He can't get in here. He can't get in here. There's no way. You have to make sure the king cannot advance. All right. So I check the king. Check, check. Pushes him back. And right now we're really kind of at a stalemate. There's no really good moves here. So I'm looking around the board. I'm like, what the hell do? I cannot get in here because this pawn is blocking. I can't get in here because this pawn is blocking this, controlling this square. I cannot get in. He can't get in. Everything is controlled over here. So I really make sure he doesn't get in. I seal this off. There's no entry point for the black king. There's no entry point. That's it. Seal the deal. I shuffle here. I'm trying to look for a way in. I'm like, I realize, okay, I'm screwed. I can't get in. He can't get in either. So I'm like, all right, if I can't get in on this side of the board, I have to get on the other side of the board. So I'm playing all the best moves according to Stockfish, which is great. It's good to see that. This is a very accurate endgame. So my thought process was, this is the only chance that I had. So let's go back a little bit. My opponent's trying to open up the pawn chain, and I make sure to seal my king in so he can't get in at all. I have to defend this pawn because if he gets in, he's going to gobble everything up. The game is over. It's over. He gets back. I push over here, which is the best move. I have to break this open. And then he makes the game-losing blunder. So this was a fantastic game up until this point. I take, he takes, and now I push my pawn because this is a passed pawn. The king cannot stop the pawn on a4 and the pawn on c5. It's impossible. I take the pawn. That's it. GG's. So here's the big lesson for the game, okay? It's king opposition. You do not want to let your king in. I've also studied a lot of endgames. I watch a lot of endgames on YouTube, and I took an endgame course. So it's very helpful to learn that. King opposition is extremely important in these situations, and you do not want the king to get in your position. You want to do everything at all costs. And the defining moment right here is where he moved. So he should have taken my pawn. He did not. He allowed me to give him check, and then he had no other choice because this also just it revealed the path for this pawn. I had a pass pawn, and he could not stop it. So that is how I won this game. We are currently at 12-14. I'm taking a break from the 1500 Road Elo series because I've been playing so bad and I don't want to tilt like a monkey and just lose everything. So I want to play some games. I'm gonna do some game reviews, play some bots, and I'm gonna do some tactics puzzles, and I'll post those videos. So I like the pace of this. So we're gonna get some elo points back. I want to regain confidence. So yesterday I did not play any ranked games because I have been mentally exhausted and I'm not doing good. And I've had, honestly, it's been giving me anxiety to lose games. And when you lose games, you tilt and it just snowballs. And I'm trying to prevent that. So I played the first game that I played in 2 days today, and I ended up winning this game. And I played extremely sharp. So 1950 level, which is, I mean, come on, that's amazing. All right. I hope this was instructful for you guys. Talk to you later.